So I just really want to thank them, and also all of our tech friends, Terry on the lighting, Sam DJing, Caleb helping run our live stream. If you have to leave early, or if you want to rewatch it, we're going to have a live stream. Thank you to Maria and Itai for commentating.
That's us. Hey. Welcome to the Steeltown Throwdown, coming live to you from Ascend Southside. It's me, your host, Maria Peraza-Rose.
My name is Itai Devora. We're super excited to be broadcasting to you guys today. Thank you for tuning in.
Yep, we're just going to be talking while Paul's talking. We're going to be here, guide you through it.
As loud as you can for them, and then we're going to give them a little bit of time. We call it a preview time. We're going to look at the routes, and then we're going to send them back, and then we're going to get climbing. If you're not familiar with the format, I'm not going to explain it. Ask a friend, and you'll figure it out by the end of it. But there's basically 4 boulders that everyone's going to climb. You'll get the hang of it after the first one. And shortly after the competition ends, we will know the winner. I would say just a couple minutes, and we'll be able to do a word spray here and have fun. Okay, we'll start with the dudes. All right, coming out first, give it up for Aiden Donnelly. Next up, we have James Spainhouse. Okay. Next up, we have Joshua Platko. Give it up for Adrian Lagasse. Next up is Max Daly. And entering finals in first place, the one to beat, Mr. Brendan Watts. Just scoot down this way to make room for the ladies. All right, first out, give it up for Victoria Yu. Next up, we've got Mirabelle Thornton. Give it up for Francesca Hain. Next up, we've got Sydney Cass. Give it up for Maggie Buck. And entering finals in first place, the one to take down is Sam Shakespeare. You're going to get to know all of them very well in the next hour and a half. Right now, we're going to do a preview. Brian is going to make that happen, right? Cool. All right, talk amongst yourself. Hey, DJ, hit it.
All right, thanks, Paul, for bringing us in. You're back with Maria and Itai. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on right now. If you haven't watched one of these types of competitions before, right now the finalists are going through all of the boulders, and they're doing a preview. So they have a few minutes to look at each one. They're allowed to touch the start holds on each of these boulders, and basically just get an idea of how they might climb. Sometimes they might even chat with each other about it and collaborate. That's a cool thing about
it's a very
climbing works.
Collaborative spirit. Even though it's a competition, everybody comes together, and it's useful, honestly, for everybody to kind of share beta at this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
We have quite a young field of competitors, which we'll go through as each person comes up to the boulders. But maybe one of the things that we can go over now, everybody's quite familiar with of our competitors, the rules, but we can explain a little bit about the zone holds and how the scoring system works. Itai, you want to take that?
Yeah, absolutely. So each boulder has a kind of like a checkpoint in the middle of the boulder and then a finish hold that they're trying to get to. Each of those do kind of like score points, and then it goes based on attempts. So however many attempts it takes each climber to get to the top, that is tracked as tops. And then they're trying to get as many tops as they can. The next thing they're trying to get to, though, is, it scores a little bit lower, but we keep track of these as well, is those zone holds that are in the middle of the climb. If climbers will top the same amount of boulders, like if we have multiple competitors that, let's say, send all 4 boulders. If we say send, that means get to the top. But if we have multiple people send all 4 boulders, it'll go based on attempts to send all those 4 boulders. If those are tied, then we start looking at attempts to the zone and so on and so forth. If they send less than that, then it's just however many tops and zones that they've gotten, and the highest amount wins the competition.
Look at them chatting. Look at them working together.
Look at this.
We love it. We love to see a young field cheering each other on.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
All right. Climbers are going to start going back into isolation, and our first climbers, which is to say our 6th place finalists, are going to stay out and get onto the wall. It's coming out shortly.
on this one, right? Yep.
All right, just as a reminder, for our first competitors, we have Aiden Donnelly. And we're getting ready to get started.
All right.
We're amped. Itai and I are amped.
This is exciting.
This is exciting. Victoria and Aiden are going to be our first timers.
Mm-hmm.
Get set. Rock climb.
Okay.
Right.
Here we go. The 4-minute timer gets started, and they're pulling on the
We'll
boulders.
start with some views of Victoria, starting on women's 1.
So this is one of our steeper walls here. This is, we call it our comp wall. It's about 45 degrees. So that's one of the things that they're going to have to be looking out for. Matched on that
Matching on a
pretty rough
pretty
sloper.
slopey.
Yeah, but she's managing.
Zone hold is up there.
Awesome.
Just got to zone. Crossing out. Shoulder move. Oh, finger slip.
Yes. And we just had Aiden come off as
Aiden
well.
just came off the wall too. Competitors are taking a second before getting back onto the wall. We'll come to you with a view of Aiden when he next tries.
Mm-hmm. Now they're starting them off with a couple of steep problems. So if they're pretty tired from the red point portion of the competition, which is how they qualified for this, then this is something that is going to keep tiring them out a little bit here.
As many attempts as they like. And as long as they're on the boulder when the time up is up.
We can get a pretty good look here, if we want, at the men's first boulder. He's pulling back on. Really, really steep.
Nice.
Yeah, working those kind of compression moves right here in the middle.
Squeezing hard. Got to go back out. Zone is the next hold.
Mm-hmm. And he's got to control it as well.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. So really close on that.
Victoria's about to get on again. We'll go to her.
So she's managing okay on that sloper and has gotten, I think, into this next sequence here.
This cross move doesn't look bad, but then going out, there's a lot of momentum when she swings. Oh, there it is again, yeah.
It looks like it's kind of hard to generate in that position as well, because it's like you'd love to be able to get there with a bent arm and control that swing out, but if the heel is all you get, it's pretty tricky to make that happen.
Victoria is one of our younger climbers. She is 17, started competing when she was about 14, but climbing when she was about 6 years old. Coming in from Virginia. Back to Aiden now. We do not have a clock visible for our watchers online, so we'll do our best to keep you posted on how much time they have. But Aiden's going up again. Victoria's looking at the wall.
But my guess is
look at what
they
Aiden's doing.
probably only have about one more attempt each, I think, based on the time. Maybe a couple if they take a quick fall here.
As far as I've seen, Aiden hasn't yet made it to zone, but let's see if he can get it here. Falling just
so close.
again on there.
Yeah.
That wall is steep, and coming out of that sloper, bumping to it, looks like a tough move.
Yeah.
Let's see if Victoria can pull it.
Yeah, that same spot looks pretty tough. But she was able to get that zone hold at least. So in a scoring position, at least on this boulder, tag the zone, and that's their 4 minutes done.
Give it up for our first competitors. All right, next up, we've got James and we've got Mirabelle.
James and Mirabelle are both also young competitors. Mirabelle's coming in at 18. She started climbing when she was 6. She's about to start pole vaulting, actually, at Kent State.
Very exciting, yeah. Definitely. Climbing, not her only sport. Loves pole vaulting as well. Very cool.
Let's see what she can do. We'll go to Mirabelle now.
Ooh, having a little bit of a trickier time on that sloper than Victoria did.
Yeah, you do have to, that heel hook and digging down into it to get up is required.
Yeah,
See if
absolutely.
we can get to quick
Pan
view.
over.
Nice, got to zone pretty quick.
Yeah.
Getting that heel hook, see if he can get that left hand up into that steep crimp.
Oh, but trying a vicious heel hook on that volume looks like it's not very easy to set, and I don't think they give you, that zone hold looks pretty rough to grab onto. So trying to set up a specific foot there is pretty tricky.
We can't really see what's on the other side of that volume from that view, but let's see if over here, where he's brushing now is where he's, I think, trying to get a heel up to that so he can get his left hand up onto that second to last volume. Ooh, we've got a nice new view.
Ooh, bit of a different angle here.
Look at that angle.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go, Mirabelle. Come on.
Mirabelle going in for another attempt. Was able to match the sloper this time, but wasn't able to continue off of it just yet. So taking some rest. That's the tricky thing about this. When you only have 4 minutes, and I know, Maria, you've been on the stage before, but the time management is something that you have to consider on like how much energy you're
how to
going to
pace
try to spend.
yourself.
Yeah.
And this is the first boulder out for all
Exactly.
these folks, so you don't want to expend all your energy, but because they're starting in some steep areas, you've got to really figure out how much to squeeze and how much to work when you know you've got 3 more boulders coming out at you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Both climbers just taking some time to rest. James doing some brushing. You might see some of the climbers brushing if that's not something you're familiar with. There also might be some chalk buildup on the hold that reduces a little bit of the friction that the climbers are getting. So they might brush some of that off to maybe be able to grip onto those holds a little bit better. It also lets you learn a little bit of the shape of the hold as well. So it's not a bad strategy to go with.
Mirabelle's trying to move past this squeezy little sloper, get to that zone hold at the very least.
Yeah, that looks
That's
like
giving her some trouble.
and it's a high foot to get after. I think like once, if she's able to get a controlled foot on that start hold, I think like the world will open up a little bit for that because she'll be able to lean off and oppose that hand hold a little bit better, set herself up for a better spot to get to that zone hold.
When we spoke with the competitors earlier for the women's field, a lot of them tend to favor slabs, so starting them out on something steep can, be a tricky thing. But they're competitors; they're familiar with what it means to be competing. They know what it takes to be able to get on all this different kind of terrain.
Yeah.
All right, James looks tired.
Yeah, but he made it to the zone on his first go, which is
huge.
Strong. Yeah, so even the fact that he didn't make it to the zone on those last couple attempts, he still scores for first attempt, got to the zone, so he should hang his head on
one
that.
of Mirabelle's probably one of her last attempts.
Yeah.
Let's see how far she gets on this. She's got to dig her heel down into that to really
even tried, I think, using that, is that like a foothold, I think?
It
little
looks like
chip.
a little chip to kind of establish herself to get out to that zone hold.
Yeah, yeah. And you might, at that point, it's, again, with the 4 minutes, you only have so much time to try to change the way you're going to be doing things.
Again. Come on, Mirabelle. Let's see. Let's get that.
Yeah, you've got it, Mirabelle.
Come on, strong shoulder start.
Yeah, hang off. Yeah.
It looks a little bit like if you don't get to that right spot on that black dual tech sloper, you just got to really hit the dimple right where it is to be able to bump your hand down and match on there.
Yeah. That's the thing about these holds. It might be incredible right in one spot, but like if you don't quite get there, it becomes a completely different hold and much harder to hold on.
All right, we have Joshua and Francesca coming out now. Waiting for the clock to start.
Now, Josh is, I believe, our youngest climber on the field. I believe he's 16 years old, but he started climbing at the age of 6 and competing at 7. So he's actually been in the business for a while now and loves it. So
technically has been climbing just as long as some of the other competitors who started there,
exactly.
which is always a humbling thing. Smart. Taking some time, using the brush, clean things up, and maybe feel how steep or not great it is.
Yeah, just whatever you can potentially learn about the holds. And Francesca, I think, is about to pull
getting
in.
on the wall, gets into that dimple, moves it down, trying to figure out her feet here. Going to step on that start hold instead of going for that bump, which is nice.
And he's able to secure the zone that way. That's excellent.
Over, and now it's the shouldery move with a lot of momentum.
Almost keeps it. Oh, that was amazing. Okay.
It looks like if they can control coming out of it a little bit better, it might have an easier time.
Yeah. Okay.
Squeezing hard. Got to get to that sloper,
thinking about setting up a heel. Maybe decides against it and might set one up there too.
Oh, he's gonna. Okay, Mash, go out.
That is excellent. And can he bump it? Yeah, he gets it. And now he
looks tough.
And now he already has the heel in place, which was something that.
Switch into a toe hook here, which is clever too. Nice.
Excellent. He's making it up.
All right,
looks
let's see if
pretty
we can
tough
get
here.
Nice. There it is. Almost. Going for the top. Got to keep his feet strong here. This is a steep wall. Come on,
he gets
Josh.
a really high heel to do it.
Oh,
yes. Come on, Josh. Yeah. Amazing.
Nice.
You love to see it.
We have our first top of the night.
Yeah. Oh, man. He must be jazzed about it. That is excellent.
For the youngest competitor. And you think a little bit, too, about what it's like for the competitors back in isolation, which you can see behind that white drop cloth there, because, you know, they know what the competitors outside are doing based on the volume of the cheers.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing we didn't maybe talk about, is that they've never seen these climbs before, so they can only go based on what they're hearing from the crowd of how well they're doing, and then you know,
and all the little information they got from when they were scoping it out
during the observation. Yeah, exactly.
But here it looks like she knows what Francesca knows what she has to do. It's just a matter of sticking that right hand move out to a steep cramp.
Yeah, and
controlling that momentum.
Yeah, it's tricky because moves like that, it's like you want to slow it down kind of as much as you can to be able to control it, but the momentum you need to get there, it's two opposing things that you're trying to control. But she sets up well here.
Come on, and keeps the heel.
That is such a game changer.
Strong.
Okay, well, she's got a few more holds to go here to get to the top.
Come on, those look steep. She's got it.
Grabbing on, making use of those feet out far left to oppose those slopers. Oh, so close. Okay.
Looking strong.
Yeah, I imagine she's going to rest as long as she can and see if she can take one more time on this.
Now that she knows what she has to do. And for her, looking like standing on that start hold as opposed to getting the heel hook at the start on the pink.
Yes.
Is great.
Yeah.
The setters did something that we don't normally do at the gym here, mixing colors. We got black and pink.
Yeah. It's okay. It makes for an interesting looking boulder, you know, and allows them to bring in a couple of different styles of holds here. It's great. Some people love to see it.
Some people love to see it.
Okay, Francesca back on the wall.
Let's see if we can get a better angle for y'all. All right, cross is over. Y'all know the moves now. Standing on the start again. That's strong.
Yeah, really good.
This move looks easy for her. She's got that.
Yeah. It's interesting because like sometimes it's good effort from Francesca. It's interesting how like micro beta plays into this. Where we got more climbers coming on. Let's focus on that.
it looks like we've got Sydney and Adrian coming up to the wall. Adrian is a veteran of the Steeltown Throwdown, knows what's up, has been setting for a long time.
Has even won 2 years ago when he was in the finals 2 years ago, and was able to win the competition. So
look at him repping Ascend with a setter shirt. Oh, love to see it.
that is great.
All right.
Now Sydney's starting to pull on. Yep. Looks pretty comfortable on that sloper as long as she makes her way on over. Nice. Comfortably able to catch that zone. Oh, yeah. Down on that big momentum swing out move. So gonna try to rest up and see what she can do next time up.
Come on, Adrian. He's gotten to zone. Trying to set that heel hook so he can cross his left hand up to the other volume.
Looking pretty comfortable. Yeah.
Crossing over, out, easy.
Yeah, one more to go. He's going to try to set that high foot. Yes.
Squeezing it. His feet are cutting, but we know Adrian. All muscle, so strong.
Yeah. If his feet are off the wall, that is no problem for Adrian. He loves that style.
Let's take a look at Sydney here. Switches her feet up. She also is standing on the start here.
Yeah. Now this still looks pretty comfortable. Comes in for that cross. Needs to learn how to control this move.
She can hold her foot. Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
Losing your feet on a wall as steep as that is tough.
Yeah, and especially on holds that unforgiving, it's pretty tough. But and one thing that I was noticing was I feel like the placement of the heel even on that first dual text hold makes the difference between being able to keep the heel for that big move or if it pops off. And if it pops off, it seems like it's just so hard to control and stay on. Yeah.
What are the vibes like in the room, Itai?
Oh my gosh, people are amped.
People are amped.
Especially when Josh sent that boulder when we had our first top. Oh man.
First Sunday of the night.
The room was going nuts. It was lovely to see. So Sydney doing whatever rest she can, maybe gearing up for like one last burn on this with as much energy as she can. And if she can stick that move, let's see how she does at the top. I mean, we know it's not over after you stick that move.
Sydney's a young competitor too. She's been here before. This is not her first Steeltown Throwdown. She was a finalist last year too. Came in 5th place. Now aiming to place a little bit higher. Gets to zone. Sets the heel.
Yep. All this she's very comfortable with now.
Quite flowy movement. Doesn't get high enough up on that crimp.
Yeah. It's funny because sometimes there are moves that are like learned and after you see them struggle with it a couple times and they get it, then you see them get it every time. But it seems like some of these are a little less forgiving than that. They might be a little bit lower percentage, so you can't count out the rest of the boulder even if
Sydney's cutting her losses, walking back, taking some rest.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Maggie and Max.
Maggie and Max. Maggie is another longtime veteran of Ascend.
Yep.
She's spent some time setting out here, has competed, has been in finals and won finals before. Lately, she's been spending a lot more time climbing outside.
Yeah,
and
love to see it.
She's also about to graduate in 2 weeks, which we're very stoked for.
Yeah. A lot of the local scene knows Maggie, so this is it's great to see her here again on the stage.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Max is picking up the chalk brush, chalking, so let's see what Maggie's doing. She's going to go up solid and quick. She looks strong. Setting the heel on the start hold. Doesn't even bother with that pink.
Doesn't need it. Doesn't need it. Has a lot of control on that sloper. That'll bode well for the rest of the climb, I think.
Pushes out.
Gets that cross. Here's the hard move that we know of.
Yep.
Keeps the heel. Excellent.
Come on, Maggie.
Sets that foot.
We might see our first top of the night, first flash. Not first flash. First flash for the women's.
Yep. Okay, doesn't like that higher
Doesn't
foot,
know,
but has to
trying
figure out something.
what foot she wants to do.
Yeah.
Because she has to figure out how to get her right hand onto that second to last hold to be able to go out. Oh, so close.
Oh, man, that was really close.
Let's move over to the men's side. Men's one. Sent a toe hook early on.
Nice.
Getting out.
Clearly controls the zone, making it into those crimps towards the top. One more hold to go here.
Loses the foot almost. Oh,
nice. Wow. Made short work of that. I think that was a flash as well. But nice. That was great. He even took his time to kind of brush the holds, maybe got to review his plan of what he was going to work on or what he was going to do from what he was thinking during the preview and executed. That was excellent.
You know, I'm happy to see the boulders here for the women's round are making them work, because I feel like at Steel Town Throwdown in the past, especially on the women's side, we've seen a lot of those boulders kind of go down a little too quick.
Right,
so you want to see a women's round that pushes and challenges, because we don't. Sometimes it's harder to get that. So big shout out to our setters,
Huge
working hard to make sure that there's good separation amongst the field.
And it seems good so far. So we'll see how Maggie does. It probably got a good idea of what to do at the top.
She knows what she has to do now. Yep. And Maggie should be getting to about where she is. You know, she's coming into finals in second place. So this is exactly where we need that separation to start.
Yeah.
Oh, does it on the volume. Doesn't even do it on the crimp.
Wow.
That's sick.
That's like the body.
Had to work hard.
Maybe
to
needed a
stay
little
on
extra
the volume.
energy for that to be able to make it over to that crimp.
To that bump.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough. Maggie's recently been putting down some V10s out in Ohio pile climbing outside, like we said. So
I think
she's got that shoulder strength.
Oh yeah, big time. I think sent her first 2 V10s in one day, actually, same session, which is super cool.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's great to see her climbing hard on plastic and outside on the rock.
Got to stay hydrated. Maggie's staying hydrated for the climb. Paul in the corner trying to figure out what to say, just like we are.
He's doing a great job.
We're doing okay.
We're doing great. This is good.
Okay. 40 seconds left, just like Paul said.
Yep. That might be time
Maggie.
probably for just one more. So just going to dig deep and see what she can do for this one, unless she takes an early fall or something. But
start strong. Maggie climbing with all her fingers on those slopers. No pinkies popping off there.
No. Oh, wow. Goes for the volume again.
I wonder if that's a purposeful thing or if it's just to like get there and she's, typically strong enough to bump out.
Yeah. It could be, but secured a good place on that boulder. No top, but we'll see how the last competitors do.
Give it up for Sam and Brendan.
All right. Sam and Brendan are 2 more local favorites. That's the beauty of a local competition. Again, like we mentioned, this is a young field.
Right.
A lot of the folks here are people who grew up climbing in Pittsburgh or around these gyms here. Brendan is a setter and coach at ICB. Started climbing when he was quite young. Look at him eating it up.
Yeah.
Ooh, high kicks. Yes.
He's getting
love
hyped.
it.
Excellent.
Both the competitors are starting by brushing, and that is how you know.
That's how you know it's important.
Look at them.
Oh my gosh.
I hope we're not making y'all dizzy with how much we're like flipping between these screens. Just let us know.
Yes. Both brushing. Sam also quite experienced. This is her 3rd Steel Town Throwdown, her 2nd time in the finals. So really excited to be back. She actually is coming off of an injury.
A couple of tough injuries.
She's
had a couple of ACL tears. But you wouldn't even think that here. Look at her using those knees.
Yeah.
having a little bit of trouble figuring out that match in the same way as the others, but she doesn't want to let go of that first attempt. Attempts matter here, and when the field is as close as it is,
yeah, tried that heel that Maggie got with the hand heel match on the start. Didn't pan out as much, so she's got to get back in the think tank.
Bump up to Brendan, see what he's got going on. Having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out what to do with his feet.
Oh, but gets a
Going
toe
out with
and gets left instead.
Bump out, strong. Hit that zone, moved right away from it.
Yeah, and did a lot of moves off of there, so very comfortable foot position.
Holds
able
that
to float
cut,
up here.
holds that cut. Trying to get up. Yes. Almost missed it.
Yeah,
okay.
nice. Woo, had a sweating a little bit up there. I felt like it was bobbled, but then he gained that control.
Had it.
Awesome.
The crowd loving it.
Okay, looks like Sam's gearing up for her second attempt here. Let's see if she's figured anything out about the position she wants to get to this first sloper on.
Come on, Sam. She's got to get to that, not hit the dual tags, get to that frictiony part. Having trouble on this one. It's okay. At this point, you know, you got to make sure it doesn't get to your head.
Right.
And, you know, I've coached Sam in the past. She knows how to compete, but it can be a shaky thing. Again, competing in front of all the people you know, with other climbers who you've known for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the tricks. If you're coming out with the first boulder, there's all those nerves.
Exactly.
Yeah, just got to make sure you keep getting on the wall, keep trying.
Yeah. And there's also the what you didn't see was the 3 hours of climbing that they did before this to even qualify for this spot. So it's, you know, they're dealing with the fatigue and that buildup.
Strong squeezing, makes the match
just able to make the
work.
match.
Almost.
Yeah.
So if I were Sam, the goal right now would definitely to be making sure that she gets to zone at the very least.
Yeah.
To make sure that she stays in the field as much as possible.
Yeah, really trying to brush all of any excess chalk that's on that sloper just to get as much friction as possible. And I feel like if she gets this sloper, she'll be able to get a decent bit farther, and we'll see how she does on the end here there.
Oh, interesting. Starts with that other pink one.
Yeah.
Then comes into the chalky bit.
Yeah.
Oh, mad bump.
Wow.
That was strong.
Much more in control. I wonder, and at this point, she might be running through different beta ideas. Like, you know, if a couple things don't work, you may have to recircle back to something that seemed maybe a bit unlikely before, but that's the things that are going on in their head right now, I'm sure.
You have to know as a competitor, like, when you have to know your body, where your strengths are, knowing like what works for you, and then at what point to start trying something new when you only have so much time left.
Yeah.
She's making a really big movement, like.
Yeah. Almost
tries
gets it.
to stay on with that knee going onto the black start hold there.
Yeah.
Realizing that the start is on the volume, so there are 3 holds on that volume, and it's all 4 points on there. She's trying to get another attempt in. She knows what she has to do.
Yeah.
She's trying to make it work. Different feet positions, different hand positions. Strong out. Come on.
I think never really liked that sloper very much. I think that is tough when it's the first one off the ground.
All right.
Okay, moving on to boulder number 2.
Boulder number 2. Men's 2 is going to be the purple climb to the left of the pink. Women's 2 is going to be this yellow in the arch. Oh, sorry, yellow on the slabby kind of, not slab, but kind of slab section. So back to our initial climbers here. We've got Victoria and Aiden back on the wall.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ascend.
Ooh, the drama of that ascend.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Paul always liked throwing in the drama on his emceeing. Okay.
All right. Got a nice double view here. You can see both competitors. Again, starting in the arch with the men, starting with a
big
old
dyno.
dyno, kind of backwards dyno. Aiden tried turning around in the air, which at that point it's hard to decide. Is it better to go into it backwards, catching it with your hands kind of facing back behind you, or going and turning around? Victoria's on that not quite slab, but slabby-ish section, standing up, pressing into that volume. There's a little thumb catch if you can see where that tape is on that volume.
And then I think crimping off of the edge of the volume that's attached to the wall, unless there's a hold there. I'm not sure. Do we have a
zone is going to be the volume that she's heading towards. She's just got to try and find a way to get on there.
Yeah, it looks really tricky balance. Bit of a different angle here. But yeah, crimping against the side of that volume is doing well for her. Comes around, brings her chalk bag up. You always want to make sure that you can chalk up on the climb. You'll see a lot of climbers bring a little one with them. Now trying to make it into that far left boomerang hold. Yeah, I was going to say banana. I like boomerang better. Now, the zone is the volume, and I'm not sure if crimping the side of it counts as controlling it or not, but I
if you're moving off of the hold, they will likely count that.
Yeah, I would think.
It's tricky here. She probably wants to get into it as a Gaston so she can shift her weight over to the left just like that.
Yes, there we go.
And then she's got to get a high foot, keep going up.
Just what she's looking for. That's excellent.
Boulders like this where you're moving slowly are tricky because you have to move slowly on them. You don't get a ton of time.
Right.
So if you're moving up it, you just want to make sure you keep moving up it.
Yeah.
She's got one more hold here. Can she pull?
Big reach, big reach. Nice. Is able to make it. Now she keeps her cool here.
She stands up hard. She's got a nice little toe hook on the edge of that wall. She's got to stand up hard on this right foot.
Yeah, starting to press down.
Ah!
Oh, amazing.
Oh,
wow. Oh,
yeah.
She is absolutely psyched about that, and with good reason. Oh, the crowd just went wild. That was really, really exciting. Okay. Aiden's still battling this first dyno here. Really seems pretty tough. Now, we had a chat with Aiden in the back, and he's definitely more into the outdoor climbing than he is into this like comp climbing style. So he's happy to be here and had a good time. And so I think he's just looking to see what he can do here out on the finals. But I think this type of movement, not as much his jam, but it's good to see him trying hard on it.
That coordination style climbing is something that you see often in comp setting.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is a not new evolution, but definitely different from how it was maybe 15 years ago or so.
Right. Yeah, if you happen to find yourself watching videos of older comps, you'll see I think you'll pretty clearly be able to see the difference.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah. That looks pretty committing. I wonder if they expect you to kind of stop with both hands there, or if like you'd want to use that swing, hold on and continue on and make it into the zone. Because that hold looks pretty rough.
It does. We can give all the audience a quick little view. You can see that purple hold that Aiden's jumping to. It's not that deep in there.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to core up, hold it, maybe get a foot back out to one of the start holds.
Or maybe even a little toe hook actually on the spot. Oh, he's able to keep it. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so something to be able to keep yourself from swinging back out, but that's the most control he's had on it at least. But I think that might be time.
Heading back.
Yeah, all right, we'll see how the other competitors do on it.
I was serious about those AA batteries. Anyone can give me some strong AA
James and
batteries?
Mirabelle coming out.
I don't know if our audience has any AA batteries,
Yeah.
but Paul's asking for AA batteries.
If you could
so
ship
if you want to
them out.
run them out to Ascend real quick.
That works too,
that
that would be faster than shipping, but only slightly.
All right, here we've got Mirabelle and who's that? Max?
James, I think.
James.
Timers ready in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We'll go back to Mirabelle here.
Starting to balancing her way on these volumes. Oh, okay, so going straight for that little catch on the second volume rather than what Victoria was doing, which is kind of like crimping along the edge of that volume. So we'll see if she's able to manage getting across that way.
That big breath before you get on the wall. Just so y'all can see what it's like, we're gonna get another. Oh! That's cool beta. Trying to see if you can span between the start hold and that hold that you're kind of going into, but has like a really dynamic Eston behind your head. That's hard.
And pretty shouldery too, like even to be able to like, if you maintain that position, like that's going to be tricky to come out of, but he's going to try it again.
Nice.
Okay, goes with both hands. Oh,
dang.
And starts coming up to the zone as well.
Kind of like a tough double clutch.
Yeah.
Kind of like moving from there up into that utter hold on the volume.
And that's what we were saying, where like using the momentum that the first swing creates to be able to help propel you to that second hold is I think what they're going for to make it to the zone there. And that was looking really close. Mirabelle's still kind of figuring it out how she wants to get. I think still has fallen on getting to that big zone volume.
Just a quick score update while we're here. Tied for first at this time is Josh, Adrian, Max, and Brendan.
Oh, and he's able to make the dyno. Amazing.
Wow. Setting a heel hook, coming into that udder. It looks a little bit like there's a hold on the back of that udder. Hard to tell from this perspective. Oh, dang.
Oh, takes a fall right there. But that is excellent. I mean, zone control on that is going to be a big deal on this boulder, I think.
Yeah. Mirabelle's doing that move a little bit more dynamically than Victoria was, which is, it's a tough thing to figure out. Like, you can make that work sometimes, you can keep that balance, but...
Yeah. And, you know, it's I feel like the crimping along, because there's no hold that Victoria was using. She was just kind of using the connection from the volume to the wall and helping use that to like stabilize her. And I think not all the competitors might think of that. And I think it helped her a lot on that sequence.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Absolutely,
when it's the volume, when it's comped, you got to do what you got to do.
It's absolutely legal. You might as well.
Trying to, press into that volume.
Yeah, that is interesting.
All right. Make that jump again. Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Dynos like that are kind of like, once you figure it out, you just got to keep trying it until you can figure out how to like stick it and control the momentum.
Yes, yeah. And it's like, doing it once, it's not always enough.
But he's established on zone. Yeah. And that's a big deal.
That is a really big deal. And I think it's going to be a tough one where like if you do that move, you've at least bagged zone, but if not, that's going to be kind of tough. Wow, nice.
Dang.
Just makes it in there.
Right. Got to get feet on, got to figure out what you want to do with your flipping your hands at this point, setting in one knee bar even.
At least was trying. Yeah. And I think that'll be necessary because those next two holds that he's got to go to do not look very good. So a knee bar is going to take a lot of weight off of his hands so that he can set up on. We can pan over.
Let's look over at what that hold looks like as our competitors walk back.
I mean, that is not much to grab onto. So I feel like the knee bar that he was setting up might actually be necessary to just slowly be able to. Josh and Francesca coming out, but to slowly be able to get to that hold to have any chance of controlling it. So the knee bar might be a method that they can use to make that happen.
Timers in 10 seconds, timers 10 seconds.
Yes, Peyton. Boom shakalaka.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5.
Josh starting with some hold Russian. Classic.
Always. Classic.
Classic.
Experience, too. Again, he's the 16-year-old, but has been competing for like 10 years. Knows what he's doing.
it's interesting on a women's climb like this when you're kind of standing on volumes and pressing into volumes, the way in which height becomes a factor.
Right, yes.
All right, is Josh going to try the one hand to it?
I don't know. Yeah,
if he can span that, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has the same height. Oh, yeah, that's going to be tough. Yeah.
The camera on the round is really doing a good job of panning back and forth.
Yeah, thank you, Caleb.
Let's go out to here so you can see them both.
So setting up again, really creating a lot of momentum with that big arm swing too. So just whatever he can do to get to that hold, then controlling it will be his second objective. Oh, I think, yeah, tries to span it again without committing to taking his hand off that start hold. And at this point, yeah, not, if the first, wow, oh, trying this method.
Something
Facing
new.
the audience. Wow, and it works!
Amazing.
That is unbelievable. Oh my gosh, okay. I mean, the crowd is going insane.
Smart climber.
That is amazing. Yeah, I wonder if the route setters saw that coming or what. Oh!
Makes it to that little cramp at the start, at the top of that volume.
And you see he has his knee tucked right in there. Even goes hands-free. You'd love it to see it. Wow.
Oh, look at his fingers. Come on.
Oh my God, he was able to make it to the top. Oh, wow. He must be absolutely stoked about that. That is incredible.
Great son, great son.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've been saying that Josh is one of our youngest climbers, but I think Francesca's 15.
Is Francesca 15?
Started climbing at age 9.
Oh, wow, yeah.
At age 10. She's
Yeah.
coming in from New Jersey, climbs at Method.
Yeah, so also another young competitor.
Yep.
So that is great. Yeah, I misspoke before.
She's been climbing for a while. This is her second Steeltown Throwdown, but she did not place last year. And one of the things she said when she was in isolation is just thinking about time management in a competition like this, like trying both in terms of pacing oneself like throughout the entire finals round, but then also again on a climb like this that you kind of need to move a little bit slow on how you balance coming back onto the wall.
Yeah. And Maria, this might be something you can speak to, but like you're probably pretty either like excited, nervous, anxious energy on the wall there, and like when you have to slow down like this, I mean, it must be so hard.
Yeah, when everyone's watching you. So I guess Itai and I, we're both climb at Ascend. I'm one of the setters here. I've also competed in finals. I will say from that perspective though, like the lights on you are so blinding. Like it's kind of hard to see out into the crowd. And so you just gotta be able to tighten your focus right on that climb.
Yeah, and I think that's something that like if it's your first finals, that's gonna be a factor. I think like that you're not really used to it, and it's something you have to adjust to. And then I think people sometimes can have a better showing on the next ones.
That was a cool thing she just tried to do there, pressing up into it and then coming out with like a kind of pressing between the volumes to see if she can stop her momentum because she's going a little fast into it.
Right.
Like
and she even does it a little bit dynamically as well, just trying something.
A good go, especially if the volume is zoned. It's worth it to try.
Absolutely.
Adrian and Sydney coming out. Adrian flashed that first climb.
He did,
so let's see what he's got on this one.
And this type of dynamic climbing is very much his style. So it'll be interesting to see if he needs to kind of learn this first move a little bit, or if he's seen something like this before, he may pick it up quick, and we might. I'm saying a flash is not off the table.
Flash is never off the table.
Never
when
off the
Adrian's
table.
On the wall. It looks like he's climbing in pajama pants.
And he might actually be.
And he might actually be.
Bit of his style, but whatever makes him comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, like I mentioned before, I'm really happy that these women's climbs are not all flash sends, because we've had a few years in the past where the women's climbs, everyone has flashed or sent it super fast. Adrian coming out into that purple hold. into a heel hook.
Wow.
Weird cross.
Really
into that,
doing
making
some
it work.
interesting stuff. Yeah, but still finding himself in that same position. That is excellent. And this is on his first go, too. So he's
Yep.
potentially
Gets
has a
out
chance
that
to, yeah.
tough crimp and
Oh,
gets to the top.
He's got to match it to make it count. And
Yep,
he gets it.
easy.
Wow. Like I said, Flash,
Yep,
not off the
that's
table.
Adrian, they're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, comparatively, these men's climbs are kind of going down a little bit faster than the women's are.
Yes,
But the women are giving us a good show.
Yeah.
This one is a tough one to crack, trying to figure out how you can get your feet a little bit higher. That's the hard thing here. Like the pressing up into the volume is one thing, but figuring out how to move your feet once you've got any of that tension up into the wall is hard. And that volume on the right side volumes, there's 2 stacked on there, and you've got to figure out how to get your foot a little bit higher and bring it to the other side.
Yeah, a lot of climbing like this is just like, where is my weight actually right now? Where do I want it to go? And like, I need to remove the limbs that like I don't want weight on anymore. It's a tricky battle. Yeah, it's a tricky battle that they have to make on the wall here. Wow, Adrian's flash, that's going to help send him up the ratings. I mean, we'll see how the rest of the competitors do. But
oh yeah, I was saying where we're at with
the placings.
With the placings. So tied for first are Josh, Adrian, Max, Brendan. Tied for fifth are Aiden and James. Women tied for first, we also have 4, Francesca, Maggie, Sydney, Victoria. Tied for fifth are Maribel and Sam.
Yeah.
That was at the end of the first round, so we'll see where we're at the end of the second boulder.
Victoria so far the only person to send this boulder, which is
the first one to establish on zone too.
Yeah.
So
great scoring opportunities there. So we'll see how the rest of them do, but that's really exciting, and it's a cool thing, and that's what's fun about. People have different styles and like are able to perform well in some boulders, maybe not as well in others. And like you might see the competitor that's coming out first, which like placed in 6th, like be the one to send the boulder, and the next few potentially not sending it. So that you really never know. You can't count on everyone.
The order that people go in being the order that people come out.
Exactly.
Yeah. And again, they're all strong climbers. You know, the difference between coming
wow,
gets her weight out. Nice. Now, if she can figure out how to press her right hand a little bit higher on that volume, just like that,
is able to move
she
it.
can get over. Got to move slow here.
That's
and
an
now
establishment.
got to move your
I think.
feet. Oh, try and
and steps through.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, she's got her top weight out there. Now she's got to get her legs to kind of keep that balance and keep going out.
Yeah. Now
We're excited.
That is really promising, and like. That seems reproducible too. That press that she did at the start.
Yeah.
But it sounds like she has 30 seconds left, so I think that will probably give her time for 1, maybe 2 more attempts.
Yeah. Hopefully she sends on this one.
I know.
Though.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh shit.
No. Okay.
Sorry.
But here's a chance to maybe hop on one more time.
I wonder if we're just on mute on people's computers. We
That's
would
all right.
understand.
Yeah, this is fine. I mean, the action is all on the screen.
The action is on the screen.
Oh, and she's able to do that press again.
Out. She brought her right foot off of that volume, and that seems key.
Yes.
Once your weight is kind of on the left foot, you can kind of move. Yes.
Yeah.
She's got to get her left hand out to that stacked volume. Oh, but she's getting her
and going foot
out
first, which is really going to help.
There it is. Now she's established, and she's got it. Let's see if she keeps going through.
Checking out her options, seeing if she wants to pull in anything down low. Signs against. It looks like a tough match to make. Just like not a big hold, but is able to do it.
Got to get that left hand higher on there. Come on. She's got to get that high foot now. And once you're in that, you're in that.
Yeah, and doing a little bit of, looks like resting on the wall too. Shaking out a little bit.
Yep. Getting that weight over. Yep. Come on.
Able to get to there.
Come on.
One last reach.
Gotta
Come on.
Reach out to it.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh. Tough. That was great.
That was
a
so
great
close.
shot.
Yeah. Not going to cut it out for the top. It needs to be both hands, but such a good effort. Such a good effort.
Max and Maggie. Here we go.
Right.
Maggie got so close to topping that first one on the first go.
Yeah.
We'll see where she gets on this.
Yeah, she might try to keep a confident energy going on the second boulder.
10-second warning. So let's take this time to do a quick flash to our sponsor. No, wait,
Yeah.
just kidding. Nope.
Yeah, they're starting first. It's all good. Max instantly goes to the brush. I like it.
Maggie's stepping up to the wall. Oh, whoops.
Okay. All start for Maggie, but then, okay.
She's doing something different than the others have. She's getting her, she's trying to stand up into that without getting her foot on the volume. And everybody else has been kind of getting their feet on and then going up to that higher volume.
Yeah.
There
okay.
we go. Yep.
This looks like it.
Get that back step and then go up. There
Now
we go.
she's able to establish. That's good.
Matches. Ooh.
Whoop. Oh, okay. Almost was able to keep it. Oh, but Max makes the move. Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, that was his first attempt at it too. So this is still his flash go. Most competitors have made it to here after.
Oh, going up with a different
Left hand.
We'll see what kind of position that puts him in. Oh, he's able to switch it out.
Yeah, I don't think that's the hand you want to go with.
There it is. Gets the right hand onto there.
Able to touch the finish from there. Does a couple foot moves and tops
it out.
There we go.
Tops
yeah.
it out.
Okay.
The men's too is being put down.
Yeah. Yeah. But not by everybody. So this is some okay separation. But yeah, those last two just flashed it. So that's they'll be fighting for the top spot. Last three, I think. Yeah, I think you're right.
We're commentating. We don't have all of the best stats up. They're being passed up to us.
Yeah. Okay, looks like that start is no longer a problem for Maggie.
Yep.
Let's see if she figures out any sort of press sequence here.
One thing our last competitor did, Maggie just did there, she brought her right foot over to the left volume, which helps, like, if you're trying to move your weight over your hips and your hips are kind of in a tough position, it's hard to get over there. But she's figuring it out.
Yeah. And on moves like this, I feel like every little bit that trailing foot can move to get a little bit more weight on that leading foot can like open up a whole new set of options for your hands and stuff. So like it's absolutely worth trying to see like what nudging your foot a little bit here, a little bit there might do.
Yeah. And especially on a climb like this where it's all volume, you know, like you can see where people have held a lot where all that chalk buildup is, but you know, essentially you can figure out what works for you, which is both.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Tries for dynamic. You got to try it.
Both a blessing and a curse, right? You can figure out where it works, but then also sometimes one spot is just a little bit better than the other.
Mm-hmm. Probably checking the clock here and gearing up for her next go. Come on, Maggie. You got this. Might have time for just maybe one or two more tries.
Another attempt at a dynamic go.
Yeah, I don't know if that hold is good enough to I mean, like, I'd love to see it, don't get me wrong, but that's, it seems like the balancing method is going to work better. It's just maybe a little bit harder to figure out.
Come on, Maggie, come on.
Come on. Oh,
Going
maybe.
up a little bit slower here.
And tries to keep that hand on the actual hold to see if that gets her a little bit more purchase.
Come on, Maggie, gets on real quick.
Yeah, okay. That's going to be.
She's standing a little in a different spot on the volume. She could have, there it is.
Yeah, there we go. So this will be that last attempt for her.
Yep. Come on.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. Yeah, she never really looked like she had a ton of comfort on that volume, and that's going to be pretty tough to be able to make it through the rest of the boulder that way.
Yeah. So we've got our first place finalists coming out, Sam and Brendan. Now Sam didn't get to zone on that last climb, so she knows she's got to make something work here.
Yeah, yeah.
And like Paul just said, what you're seeing on the wall is competitors have 4 minutes to get onto the wall. And then once you do, you can finish your attempt even if it goes past 4 minutes.
Yeah, they call that 4+, I think, is the format. Both instantly go to brushing. And in this case, there have been 5 other climbers that have just climbed this. So there might be a little bit of that chalk buildup. So I think it makes a lot of sense to do that brushing here in the beginning.
Chalk, y'all.
Yeah, it'll get you. So Sam prefers a bit more of a bouldery, or like a board climbing style, so like steep, powerful moves. But I don't think she's any stranger to this kind of climbing as well, so it'll be interesting to see what she does here.
She is a competitor. She knows what's up. She
absolutely.
knows she has to be good at all different kinds of terrain.
Yeah.
Brendan sticks that jump easy.
First try.
Getting the foot out. Gets into the heel hook. And now he's got to go up with his right hand.
Which he catches. Yeah, and he does it with just the heel. He didn't set up a knee bar or anything. Now let's see if he's able to.
Just reaches up.
Oh, and keeps low feet to do it too. Oh, and he's psyched. He's psyched. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he knew that was important as well, because I'm pretty sure he could tell that the other climbers before him flashed it. So I think that puts a little bit of pressure on him. It's like, okay, well, I'm coming out at the top spot. Like, I need to make sure I'm keeping up with these guys. So.
Exactly.
All right, Sam's still having a tricky time with this start here as well.
Feeling around on that volume, seeing if there's any traction
Ooh,
that
even
you can push up into.
kind of like crimping a little bit the edge of it.
Yeah. Oh, and now
could work sometimes, but
trying to get out a little bit dynamically.
Yeah.
It's tempting when it looks like that.
I know. Yeah.
It looks like there's just enough of an edge on that volume that's stacked on the zone hold that you could grab it if you got there.
Yeah, and it's like you want to make sure that that's not the way to do it. Because if it is, that's going to even like take less energy too than like spending all that time pressing and creating tension.
Yeah.
And it's going to be faster as well. So
yeah,
good to make sure to rule it out.
Moving more slowly now, pressing up into that volume, trying to figure out where the balance is to get her feet over. So nice, Sam.
So close.
Almost had that.
We've been slipping off that just a little bit, but trying to establish here.
Trying to bend down,
this is interesting.
Pressing on her foot to get her weight over. That's great. She's squeezing a lot between her hand and her feet.
That looks pretty promising. We'll see if it's enough time to, if she has any more to be able to explore that a little bit. But being able to straighten out that hand that's on the, that arm that's on that first volume, looks like was what let her take that right foot off. And I think that's when the party starts on this one.
Yeah. You know, Sam's had a couple of dramatic comps. Well, just one dramatic comp. I think one of the last times she tore her knee or hurt her knee was at another comp. It just popped during the middle of the comp, which is hard. But here, not a problem. Getting her weight over.
That looks pretty good.
Gotta move slowly to keep getting. Is she gonna go quickly out to that left hold? No, pressing out. Smart.
Okay. Presses at a different spot. Now just comfortably reaches that next hold.
Matching the feet to get the other foot over, and she is established in zone. That's awesome.
Okay, nice. Has learned it.
Now, to be clear, zone is the whole volume, not just that little chip on there. So she's on there.
Yes.
Making it out. Moving slowly. Come on. She's established now. She can rest.
Okay, comfortably matching that first boomerang, but maybe having some second thoughts about how she wants to commit to coming off that
high
foot. Yeah.
High foot.
Yeah, nice.
Coming up. She's got a matching and go out to that volume. Finds
Just
it.
able to
finds
get it.
Come
Nice.
on.
But we know it's
Now
not
she's
over.
got to push up. She's got to push up here. Stand up. Get all her weight on that right foot.
And it's so hard when it's so bent. Just whatever she can do to stay. Oh,
Close.
so close. Man.
Interesting move there. When you're
Absolute
in
nail-biter.
that squished of a position, I can understand the logic of getting your left foot there so she can reach over,
Yeah.
keeping that tight right hand to reach up with her left to the
Yeah,
finish.
just let that right foot kind of stop any like rotation that will happen once you take that left hand off. So, but it's tough when it's that bent and the holds are not very good. All the energy you spent even just getting there.
Exactly. We're going to boulder number 3 here. We've got Aiden and Victoria, our first climbers, back out.
Y'all feeling good out there? We're halfway. All right, climbers, you got a 10-second warning here. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, and they're off. Brushes in hand.
So men's 3 starts on those 2 volumes that Aiden's brushing now, goes up that blue line. Women are going up that steep section out into the head wall with Waltopia.
Yeah, that's a nice little angle. It's on some of those holes are a little bit tougher to see towards the bottom, so you'll be able to catch all the action from this angle. Okay, Victoria's starting up. It looks like a big move, which she catches.
Goes
Amazing.
out. Climbing is strong.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty good start for Aiden, too. Just trying to establish on that
Press
starting
up,
position.
press up on those volumes, get a high foot.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Aiden established as well. Victoria making it really far at this point. Couple of small holds to go, but is able to maybe find a knee bar to take weight off that right hand.
Sorry about that. Sets a nice knee bar.
Yeah, even doing a little
Getting
resting,
away,
chalking
yep.
up.
She's got some blocked crimps that she has to get to
Yeah.
get to the finish, and
And
that finish hold looks steep. So
It does, yeah. I think it's not a gimme.
no, she's got to figure out how to establish on that.
That still looks far. I mean, the knee bar.
Oh yeah,
I
she's
don't
got
know
to
if-
figure
yeah.
out how to get her right hand all the way out there. And when your feet are low, you have to think about like what kind of puzzle are the setters trying to, what kind of position are they
Yeah.
putting you in?
Oh,
Makes
nice.
it work.
Tucks the knee in a little bit more to get that extra bit of reach.
Drop knee almost. Knee
Ooh.
bar, drop knee combo
bar, drop
kind of
knee.
thing.
The setters are pulling out all the tricks.
Come on.
Okay.
She's got to figure out how to hang on that. Stay tight, stay tight.
Oh, and gets it. Amazing. Oh, wow.
That's 2 flashes
Yeah.
for Victoria now.
That is really impressive. That is awesome. And that's the climber that's coming out first. So that's going to shake things up in the
That's
score.
going to shake things up in the scoring for sure. Separation looks different.
Yeah.
She's staying out to watch her partner.
Oh, that's lovely.
I love that. Not her partner, but you know.
Yeah.
Climbing time.
Climbing partner for this comp.
All right. Aiden has made it to zone.
Yeah. Pretty comfortably.
Pretty comfortably. Well, he's taken a few tries on
Yeah,
there, but once
yeah.
he was established up into that kind of like under clingy Gaston thing,
Right.
made it out.
Looks like a pretty big dynamic move coming out of that zone hold. I think that hold looks okay. Probably want it to be a little bit better.
You got to squeeze on that, it looks like. And
Yeah.
that wall is a little bit steeper than it looks.
Exactly. And then it doesn't look over. So there's that establishing all those 4 points on those 2 volumes.
Yep, goes. Trying to figure out how to get that right hand kind of established. You kind of want to twist it behind you, getting out to zone.
good to see him comfortably making it back here again. So
Yeah, and then it's trying to figure out how to position your feet so your body can be high enough to like get anything off of that hold that comes after zone. You want to be able to almost stand up into it so that you can kind of move off of it.
Yeah, that's what'll give you a bit more control going for that.
And Aiden is
Wow, that was
following
a
it.
fast 4. Fast 4 minutes, yeah.
Mirabelle and James coming out.
All right.
Look at our photographer on the ground there. Is that Tara?
I believe that is Tara.
We love Tara.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tara.
She's going to be, you're going to tune into the Instagram to check out the amazing shots that she's probably getting right now.
And if you competed in the comp earlier today, she probably also has pictures of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Itai, you competed earlier today. What was that vibe?
I did compete. It was awesome. The energy was electric in here, and there were chalk clouds everywhere. Very, very popular. A ton of people were at it. It was,
everybody's lungs are going to be coated white after that.
it's you're
but
getting into as a climber.
You're going into a climber.
Yeah. But it was a ton of fun. The boulders were amazing. I mean, like shout out to the setters. They're the ones that they're putting on such a show for us, as well as the climbers. Like it's important to think about that. Put in so much work over this week, resetting the whole gym.
Yeah. That kind of backwards jump for the women's looks tough, but both climbers so far have made it look smooth.
Yeah.
And now here it's trying to figure out the feet positions and like what is the best way. It's a kind of wrestly boulder. Bicepy, you want to be able to like be pulling yourself in, leaning back against it to stay on the wall.
Yeah, and the thing about those holds, it's like there's so many grabbable surfaces. So like you have to kind of commit to a certain spot, or like maybe even just like shop around to know like what's gonna actually work.
Yeah, big feature holds like that are just like volumes in the sense that you can make a lot of it work.
Wow, but
there.
It's able to squeeze out the reach to that last hold.
Nice.
But we know that the finish isn't a gimme.
Ooh, almost loses it. Keeps that.
But stays
foot.
on.
Get that
Oh,
deep
the big drop knee.
Oh.
Okay.
Dang.
Really close. Really
Those
close.
foot twists look tough.
And James got a little bit off the start here, but I think we might still be waiting on a zone for him as well, but he's still figuring it out.
All right, presses up into it, gets a high foot.
Taps that foot back just to establish.
Yep.
Nice.
Both these climbs have the climbers kind of really doing a lot of drop knees in funny positions to establish into something.
Yeah, and it's just it's all the way, whatever ways you can like create tension on the wall to stay in on that position where your hands are in weird spots. You're not like pulling down onto the next hold like you want to be.
That getting out of that zone looks tricky because there isn't really a left foot to press against to make sure that you're getting anything off of that left hand after zone. Like ideally, you want to be able to stand up again to reach up to that much higher hold that's above that little section of 3.
Yep.
But if you can see, the only other foot there is really that chip that's near the zone hold. Oh, look at us. Look at us zooming in.
Production.
Production.
You're welcome. No, just kidding. It looks like he's starting up again. Oh, but we do have...
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, okay. Fell off there. We're on the third boulder at this point too. So these climbers, not only did they have the red point comp, but they've been fighting hard on those first 2 boulders. So fatigue might start. I mean, it's been a factor, but it's something to consider here as they're coming into these last 2. Come on, Maribel. Yep. Comfortably makes that move every time, which you like to see, because that moves like that could be low percentage. Now she got close last time, or I mean the time before.
On
So
her first go, she had hands on the top on her first go. And at that point, it's like, do you cut your losses? You have one more boulder.
Right. Yeah. Something to consider for sure. But those both their last attempts. James able to make it comfortably to the zone, which is awesome for him. And then, man, so close to getting the top there.
We have some pretty good separation in the women's round. For the men's, there's good separation in the bottom three, but the top three is a little bit tighter. So as we're seeing some of these finalists who are coming in a higher position, we want to start making sure there's separation. And this boulder might be one that does a good job of that, but we'll see how it goes with this round.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like comps get pretty stressful when it's execution based. It's like, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to climb this boulder, but is the difference between podium and not me getting it second go and versus third go? And it's pretty stressful to bring that in.
But usually when you're out there, you know, you're not doing the math every time, and you're just about putting on the best showing that you can give.
Right.
And that's what we're seeing with these competitors right now. With that women's boulder, it looks like really, just fell.
So close, yeah. Ooh, this gives us a little bit of a better angle on those two first holds, and especially that hold next to the zone that they've been trying to get a little bit of purchase on as they've been making the big move past the zone, and it's not a ton there.
Gets to zone. And now again, they're trying to figure out what to do with their feet. How do they get any purchase on that left hold when the feet aren't really there that you want them to be?
And he steps back down, which is interesting. So I wonder what he's going to try here.
Trying to find a good position.
Yeah.
In the corner, you can see Francesca getting back up again.
Ooh.
Josh looks like he's trying to cheat through the boulder in a great way, break the beta.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Oh, nice
worth
thinking,
trying.
though.
Absolutely worth trying. You never know.
Nice.
Oh, and he makes it.
Makes it out to that hold after zone. Gets to the finish. Wide foot. Matches. Excellent.
Yeah. One more actually. Then he matches. Yep. Oh, and he is psyched about it. That is awesome. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh, sorry. So much action just happened there. But we just had two sends right around the same time. That was so exciting. Wow, and it seems like those might have been buzzer-beating sends too. I think that was kind of right towards the end of their time. Wow, that was awesome. Okay, my mistake.
We got a send from Josh.
Yeah.
Don't think we got a send from Jessica.
Yeah. Man, what an interesting spread I think that we're going to have at the end of this. Like who knows how the podium's going to go.
Now again, we haven't had any tops except for the first one from Victoria on the women's side, but all the climbers have gotten two zone.
Yes. And most, it seems like, have gotten it like really close to the top. And so the top, I think, is just pretty tough. It's definitely not a gimme.
Yeah. Zone is the big black volume there. So when they get to that feature hold on it, that's where it counts for being on. Adrian's getting up into it, trying to figure out his hand on that first blue hold off of the volumes.
Opts for a press, but was trying a couple other things there. Still figuring it out. Doesn't love that position. Oh, might
Adrian's
go to
turning around.
Facing the audience.
So this means Adrian did not flash this boulder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's anytime both feet come off.
Yep. And that's immediately some separation amongst our top three.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, it was interesting to see Josh get on this boulder and like try a couple different things and then still that same attempt be able to figure out the rest of it and make it to the top. That was exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, potential break on the
Adrian's
field.
trying something new.
Okay, it looks like that foot would be really bad if you're going that way, but you're rewarded with a good handhold. Oh.
Let's go back to the women's side. Sydney made it to the zone, got to that blocked crimp, and now seeing if she can figure out this funky part with all the knee twists and like drop knees that also
oh my gosh. Wow, just like barely got tips on that hold, and for a second I thought it was enough.
Yeah. Adrian's hopping up, getting that foot up. He looks it looks like a tight box for him.
Yeah.
And normally, like he's got a lot of shoulder strength, so he can make it work, but hip flexibility is another thing that you need to do to be able to move through those kind of squished positions.
Yeah, and I know that's something
an official term, squished position.
And that's something in my own climbing that I have trouble with, so I'm definitely sympathizing here.
He's doing some interesting toe heel hooks on that udder that's sticking out as that big old foot. I think trying to pull himself over to get to that zone, and that's because he didn't have a left foot established on that back volume to kind of push him over.
Right, exactly.
Sydney's back on the wall.
Trying to reestablish to where she was before. Adrian gonna fight here. See if he can find a way to get to back to that zone and set himself up to get to the top.
She's just got to figure out her feet here.
Yes.
Get into that position where she can.
I mean, she was really close last time. Yes, yeah, with just a little bit more momentum. Keeps it.
Come on.
Come on.
Can she get it?
Come on. Yeah, that's one. And she has a toe. Yes! Wow! Oh my gosh, Sydney, unbelievable. That was such a cool position that she found to be able to get. I'm wondering what the route setters intended on that. If that was, but incredible. This is so exciting. I feel like the results are all over the place here. This is amazing.
I know, kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
But the women's round is turning out to be a pretty interesting mix. Of finishes, of zones. We'll see what we got.
Still more climbing to go though.
We have 2 more rounds of climbers on these holds. We've got Maggie and is that Max out here?
Yeah, Maggie and Max.
And this is on Boulder number 3, coming to you live from Ascend Southside. Steel Town Throwdown.
Because I don't know how to get rid of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, climb.
All right. Now, most, I think, of the women competitors have made it through the beginning without too much issue, so.
Maggie's strong.
Yeah.
Maggie's been climbing outside. She's got those shoulder muscles. She knows how to do a dynamic move.
Pretty comfortable here. But this is where I think some of the business is.
Yeah, really figuring out those foot positions and kind of, again, wrestling with these holds.
Yeah. Max still just taking his time looking, so we're going to move it
Come
to
on,
Maggie here, who gets that penultimate hold.
She had a little.
Yeah, and she might just be able to keep
Nice,
this, find a different
getting
position.
toe
Wow!
up on that.
Amazing.
That boulder
Oh, a
was
flash on
breakfast,
that.
Maggie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, nice. Now back to Max.
Wow.
He's established on zone, which Adrian wasn't able to.
I don't know if Adrian made it to zone or with his like little beta break attempt. I'm not sure. Oh, but comfortably makes it to the hold past the zone.
Yep. And now he's got to swing out. Yep.
But the hold looks good enough to be able to do it.
Amazing.
Matches the finish.
Great flash.
Oh, wow.
2 flashes in this round.
Yeah, and it was interesting. He took his time too. I mean, we got to see Maggie's whole attempt for the most part, and then he hopped in maybe like 30 to 45 seconds in. Very interesting.
Yep. Confident. We got some word from the street that pinches are the new crimps.
Yes.
So says Adrian.
He wanted us to let y'all know.
Let y'all know. All right, coming out, we've got Sam and Brendan. Last climbers on boulder number 3, and then we've got one more after this.
Really exciting.
Stick with us, audience.
I mean, if you want to have any idea of who's winning this thing, maybe some of you have all been mathing it at home and know exactly what's going on. We've just been enjoying.
For those of you who have not, we will have results updates with the score in just a little bit. Our score tabulators are working on it.
Yep.
Love those high steps Brandon's giving us. 3, 2, 1, climb.
All right. Now, we haven't seen a top from Sam yet.
No, not yet.
So hopefully we see her get to the top of this. She got to zone pretty well on the last one.
And this one does seem more on the powerful side, so I'm hoping that she'll be able to kind of demystify that top section and it plays to her strengths, hopefully. Okay, not quite able to make that first move.
Not quite a flash, but not all is lost. You know,
No.
she's got to make it to zone and then get up to the top.
Not quite. Just seems like maybe need a little bit more commitment needed to get to that hold.
Yeah, the other women who we've seen get there, their feet totally cut. They come off the wall, and Sam's not quite leaving the wall in the same way. Brendan has made it up pretty quick. Quick work of that start. Gets to zone, well established.
Yep. Without too much issue, too, so we'll see how he does this next one.
He's got to figure out the feet here.
Oh, he might clutch
He
both
might
of them at
just
the same
skip.
time.
Oh,
Yeah, yes.
What a nice little double clutch there.
Really cool way to do that move.
And now he's got to figure out how to swing. Maybe.
Yes, able to catch it. Yeah, and Max didn't seem like he had too much trouble once he made it here. That's one. And two. Comfortable. Comfortable, and he is hyped about it. That is awesome. Really good. Okay, so that's going to separate a little bit them from Adrian, who is having a little bit of struggles on this one. So really interesting.
I think we've seen Brendan flash everyone so far. Is that right?
You might be right on that. Yeah. Bit of a better angle here for Sam's attempt. Yeah.
It's always frustrating for a climber when they know what they have to do and they just have to execute on it.
Yeah. And on the big stage, too.
She's coming into it kind of
underhanded a little bit, yeah.
And she's cutting her losses on this, running back.
All right, we're moving into the final boulder. Who's sad? Don't forget about that s'mores bar downstairs. A free s'mores bar.
There's a s'mores bar. I did not know that. There's s'mores downstairs. All right, we've got some updates coming out from the scorekeepers on the ground. It's going to come down to the last boulder for the men's to see what the true separation is going to be. The setters, the way they set this up, ideally it's the boulder with the most potential for mistakes here.
Yeah.
Got some view of the crowd, seeing what it looks like here. Victoria's there. Victoria and Aiden are out.
Okay, competitors, you have a 10-second warning.
think that's going to get us most of the action here. Oh, okay, this one's over here.
Women are on this blue. Men are onto that comp wall in that corner with the purple holds and the big old volumes. Feeling it out. Now those blue holds, those very cool blue and white kind of mix holds, are dual tech. So you'll see what looks like maybe where folks will have to stand on is quite slippery.
Yeah, yeah. Normally you'd love to have some friction on that to make the shoe rubber or the rubber on your shoes work for you, but the way things are going in the setting world, a lot of dual techs is being used to be able to let the setters kind of force certain sequences on the climbers and really test them on what they're looking for.
So this position, similar to the second one, is kind of like pressing up, but it's a
Yeah.
little bit more dynamic, which Victoria figured out pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick. Figuring out how she wants to use those holds.
Yep.
Having to pull, I think, against the dual tech's part of it,
Oh,
but
nice.
enough purchase to get to the
Quick
zone.
jump. And now she's got to mantle up on that big hold, trying to find the right
Huge mantle.
position. Sits on it a
Oh,
little bit.
that's awesome.
Oh, no hands rest.
Oh, the
Fancy.
crowd is loving it too.
Yep.
Okay, not over yet. Still a few moves, and with maybe some tenuous feet to go.
Yep. That looks like a tough reach to do statically, but she gets there with a jump. Nice.
Really cool sequence here.
Little hand-foot match there. She's got to press her foot out so she can release that tension
And
and weight.
matches even on that one. That's awesome.
Got to get to the top. One more hold to top. Come on.
Gets
there.
it. Is it? Get the match?
Finish it.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Unbelievable. Wow. What a comp
What a
for
comp.
Victoria. I mean, that is incredible. So many tops.
She came out with 3 flashes.
Yeah.
And she came in the 6th place as a finalist.
Yeah.
So she's definitely going to be doing some upsets in the round.
I
there.
mean, yeah, I think so. And she should be absolutely so proud of herself. I mean,
Yep.
that is amazing.
Men's boulder. They're starting all 4 points in that low volume that's pretty much on the ground. There's a little purple strip on there on the edge, if you can see. He's got to establish that and trying to figure out how to do another kind of backwards press with his right hand, probably going to that big ball on the volume above.
Yeah, tricky little box that they put you into here in the beginning of the climb.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a gimme to get there.
Again, coming in as an outdoor climber to comp climbing, it's different styles. A lot more positions that you wouldn't normally necessarily find
Yeah.
in the wild, naturally.
Not that they don't exist,
Not
but
that they don't exist,
but you have the option to not do them. Whereas on
you
the
can get away
stage,
with it, yeah.
he's got to do something, but still has a little bit of time left. Yeah.
Definitely has time. Gets a wide foot.
Oh, that
looks like it could go.
Looked pretty promising, yeah. A little wide too, but
If he gets his right foot down on that purple thing a little bit and goes for that beta with the wide foot and reaching
Yeah.
back behind him, that could work to
just make it a little bit more
stay
comfortable to
into
stand
the
up
wall,
into
yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah. Come on, Aiden. Crowd giving him some love. Final boulder, this is exciting stuff. He tries that far foot again.
Yes!
Oh, and is able to stick
Slash
it.
Strong.
Yeah,
Nice.
not over yet though.
12 seconds on the clock.
I think he's gonna
Aiden's
gear
been
up for one more
climbing
go.
with the comp team at Pitt, so he's got some putting some experience under his belt with that team.
Maybe you're gonna bring some of them outside. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
Yeah,
Now he's
he's able
got to
to-
stand up into it.
Oh,
Ah,
man.
Tough.
Tough. Well, hey, awesome
Good
showing from
climbing,
Aiden.
Good show from Aiden.
All right, coming out with Mirabelle and James.
Maribel and James coming to the pads.
All right, climbers, 10-second warning starting now. Wait, starting now.
Yeah, now fourth boulder is an interesting spot where they don't necessarily have to save energy for any more boulders. I mean, you can kind of leave it all here.
Give it their all.
Yeah.
Take a quick look at the women's boulder here.
He's able to start without a run and jump.
Yeah. Those volumes of speed look pretty in cut, so that looks like it makes sense. But now it's just trying to find the right position on those dual text holds.
Yeah. And it was cool to see Victoria.
Kind of dynamically just
and
jumped out there.
Being okay with like pulling on the dual text portion. That's the part that's slippery, and like you don't get as much purchase off of them, but if they're kind of the better parts of the hold, you might be able to make it work. And I think that's what that helped Victoria get to the zone on this one.
You can see James in the corner there, trying to figure out how to establish on the starting volume. All 4 points on that starting volume.
So I think that he was able to get on. No, he's still thinking.
Nice.
Oh!
Went for a dynamic jump, which it looks like she can tell that might be the way it has to go.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm not. I didn't see. Did she have any purchase on those two? The two.
She kind of skipped over the dual text two slopers in the middle
to get to the zone. Yeah, and that looked pretty close. That
looks like
it'll be interesting.
Go.
Yeah,
it'll go.
It'll be interesting to see what she tries next. If she is going to commit to that, give it if it's worth giving it a couple more goes that way, or.
Men's 4 is giving some trouble to the last two competitors.
Wow, she does stick it.
Excellent. Now she's got to figure out how to do this mantle up on it.
Yeah. And I don't think this move is easy. I mean, Winnie did it. Yeah.
Sitting on it.
Gets that seat.
Backwards. Gets up there. High foot. Nice.
Yeah.
Now it's working these volumes up at the top.
He's able to get into that little pocket.
That's a nice little toe hook to keep that balance, keep the momentum going. Goes in with her left hand, or sorry, right hand, which means she's going to have to figure out how to
match it. Yeah, which is going to be tough.
Cool. The frustration, the drama of it.
A lot of passion out here.
A lot of passion out here, folks.
But she's got. I think she'll be able to try one more.
At least one more. We don't really have a great camera on men's 4 right now.
Not at the moment,
Seems like James is still trying to work out that starting position.
Yeah.
Which, as the setters kind of wanted, they wanted a lot of. When you're setting for comps like this, you want different failure points that can potentially lead to the more separation amongst the climbers. And so this starting position is tough, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see the people towards the top of the list if they're able to make it through. And there might be several other hard parts on this boulder. I imagine there are, and we'll see how it separates the top of the crowd.
Come on, it's not over yet. 50 seconds to go.
All right, 50 more seconds
to go.
Come on, give me your love. Let's go.
Almost had that.
Yeah, looks like that's a little bit the harder way to do that move, but she was able to stick it the last time.
Competitors on their last climb. It's hard. It's hard to dig deep.
Oh my gosh.
Work hard.
Yeah, I can imagine. They've been climbing all day.
All day.
And also just like the pressure on the stage here. I think it's I don't think they're doing a bad job of it getting to them or anything. I think they're doing a good job, but it's going to wear on them eventually. So.
But what's great about again a local comp like this is it's fun. The crowd is here. The crowd is having a good time.
Yeah.
We've had this is our ninth year.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, as she sticks the moves. Yeah.
It's that big old jump. Now she's got to mantle back up onto it. Nice. Pushes. Come on.
Oh, and that's so physical at the end of the day.
So physical. Just trying to
Come on.
get up there.
Yeah. David, take a breath. This is okay. You're not off the boulder yet.
No.
That is so tough. Yeah.
That's tough. Great showing. Great showing from James and Mirabelle.
And good control of the zone on the early side too. So that's great.
She made it far on there.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
We've got Francesca and Josh out here.
Yes. All right. Now Josh has been doing well so far. We'll see if he's able to make it any further on this men's 4.
Yeah. Again, we've had a few folks here who have done all these climbs and flashes.
Brendan, I think at least.
Yeah, Brendan for sure, which again came first. Victoria has the women's round pretty much locked up. Right now, Brendan, Max, and Josh are on the top of the men's. And if neither Brendan or Max top and Josh does, Josh is looking like the winner here.
Yeah.
So depending on how Josh goes on this boulder, we'll see where we're at. Brendan and Max have come in with 3 flashes so far. So now this men's boulder 4 is where we're going to start to see some more of that intense separation. We're going to go to a closer look at men's 4 in just a second here.
Oh.
That big cheer was from
just to get back to that a little bit.
Francesca.
Making it through the zone, pressing up.
She skipped the big old
Yeah,
man,
she
so
didn't
she
sit
need
down.
to sit on
Yeah.
there.
Josh establishing on the start.
See if Josh gets a flash on this.
Not quite. Okay, so we'll cut back.
You can see we've got some backwards, a little bit of a position with.
Is she going to try to campus it? Oh,
she had her left hand on that hold, just on that volume just before the finish, which is what you want. But it's like, how do you turn around in air to bring your right hand out to that finish hold?
Yeah, and we were seeing the other competitors make good use of like the handholds as feet as they were coming across, whereas she just tried to campus it, and it's just going to require a little bit more precision and power.
All right, Josh is trying to figure out how to get up into this.
Yeah, we haven't seen Josh stumped yet.
Giving a lot of them in some trouble.
And I was wondering if this was going to work better. I think he's one of our shorter climbers.
He's
so like
one of our shorter climbers.
So if like I was going to see if the smaller box was going to.
Clever toe hook in there. Now he's just got to be strong, get up into that. There it goes. But now he knows what he has to do.
Yeah, that looked promising.
Yeah. Francesca's on the wall again. She's made it past the big mantle. We'll let you know how she does. Josh right now is
just still trying to figure that out.
Get onto the volume. Oh,
yeah,
so
it looks like he's more
close.
using the volume than the actual hold, whereas I feel like the other competitors were coming in from the other side.
You can see Francesca here resting. She wants to make sure that at a time like this, she's really using her energy wisely. And now she's kind of doing some of the similar beta to what Victoria had, which is getting a foot on that, and trying to get her hand on there.
Oh, and Josh almost makes it.
Now let's see what Francesca can do. She can get her foot over there. Oh, clever.
Dang. Yeah,
clever though.
really, really close.
She's got time. She's got time. Josh is trying to figure out what he's getting with this toe hook on here. Facing the crowd. Establishing. There it is.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Is able to get to that hold. Still doesn't look over. It looks.
No, now he's got to turn back around.
Yeah.
To keep getting up on.
Very wrestly.
Yeah. Can he turn back around?
Yes,
nice.
he does. Okay. We have progress.
Nice. It looks like he's getting either a heel toe can behind that volume.
A lot of stability here. Yeah.
Up.
Come on, Josh.
Almost. Zone is going to be not the entire volume, but a hold on there.
Yeah. So I don't think he quite got there.
Let's take a closer look at Francesca here. She's been close to the finish twice now, and if she can get it on this go.
Yeah, that'll be
a big help. But now with the women's, it seems like it's mostly fighting for those second, third places.
Exactly. Yeah, Josh still having a tricky time getting back to where he was.
If Josh can get to zone on this, that'll be important.
That'll be it, yeah.
Maintaining separation. All right, come on, Francesca.
Come on,
She's got to get left hand here, figure out how to get to that
going
finish
with a
hold.
swing.
Going dynamically.
Oh, that was
almost
so
had
close.
it. Almost had it.
Okay. Okay. Josh able to reestablish.
Josh is on here.
Come on, Josh.
He's got to get to zone on this. Wrestling up that boulder. Really trying to use his feet to keep himself into the wall.
Yeah, such a three-dimensional climb, and he gets it.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Strong climbing. Now getting around these volumes looks tough.
Yeah, yeah. Such good use of his feet there, too, to just make it through all that. What a wrestling climb.
Gave it a good go.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, we've got 6 competitors left.
6 competitors, 3 rounds. Adrian and Sydney coming out.
All right, timers, your 10-second warning starts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, clap.
The DJ is hitting the drops.
Oh, yeah.
Right where he's supposed to be.
He's doing his job. Doing a good
Doing
one,
his job. It's a fun night
Yeah.
down here in
Yeah.
Southside in Pittsburgh. All right, Sydney's pressing up on the wall. Adrian's still giving a good look.
It'll be interesting to see. He might make short work of this beginning section here.
This is an Adrian style boulder in the
Oh,
sense
but-
that it's. Oh, Sydney got there. Excellent.
Awesome. That press, I think, is so much harder than it looks. I mean, like that big get out of the pool
Yeah.
move, especially at the end
When
of the
you're
day.
when you're that close to the wall, I mean that feature hold comes out a good bit, but you're still pushing yourself into the wall.
Yeah.
Essentially. Adrian's trying to figure that out too.
Mm-hmm.
And now if it's a matter of getting to zone, it's about attempts.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I mean, we've been seeing a lot of them from all the competitors. Josh took a handful,
Yeah.
but it did end up making it to zone, which I think is going to make a huge difference.
Let's take a closer look at Adrian, see
Yeah.
what he's doing.
They've been climbing since 1 p.m. today. This is truly exhausting, everybody. Give it up for 'em. Come on.
Oh, goes
Oh,
dynamically, and it
That's
honestly,
an interesting, yeah, jumping up into it and then catching yourself on that volume.
that didn't look that bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
again-
he's excited about it. He might try it again.
Yeah. Nice.
okay.
With the setters here, again, you're kind of trying to think about what positions are they trying to put us into? What are they trying to make us do?
Yeah, yeah. Is that a box of chalk that he has in his hand?
A box of check? I don't know.
Oh, no, it was just a bag. I'm not seeing straight up here.
All right, come on, Adrian.
Might go dynamically again, we'll see.
Nice. Kind of using that volume to help himself stand up into that ball so that you can like bicep.
Yeah, yeah. But it
Good.
looks like that hold is not quite good enough to make that easy, but he's able to find the right position that time.
Excellent.
Yeah, awesome.
And now it's working on the corners of these volumes, which are pretty good, but when it's, again, at an angle that steep,
Yeah.
you really have to squeeze on there.
Yeah, this is, again, 45 degrees, so all the things that look maybe kind of okay,
Yeah.
they're pretty rough to grab onto.
We saw Josh go kind of like a foot forward beta.
Yeah.
He was getting some kind of like heel toe cam, and it looks like Adrian's trying to figure that out, but kind of wrestling his way up there.
Okay. I feel like I remember Josh kind of in this position with his right hand hanging back on this hold,
Yeah.
wiping off the sweat. Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like he's trying to maybe bicycle the ball.
Yeah.
So like
That's all right.
pinch it, keep himself into the wall so he can free his hands up to keep working up the volume.
Right, right. So physical.
50 seconds left on the clock.
50 seconds left.
Mhm.
And after this, we've got 2 more climbers.
Yeah, our last ones.
And
Sydney taking a
then-
lot of rest here.
Yep.
Just like I probably wants to make sure she really gets that big mantle move and has the energy for it that she
She's
needs.
made it to there. She's established.
Yeah.
And now it's just, the last climb. Might
Yeah.
as well give it your all.
Leave it all on the wall.
Leave it all on the wall.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, sticks that move. Excellent. So she was here before.
The climbers have done different things here. Some of them kind of do what she's doing right now, pushing up. I think Francesca had a wide right foot, trying to also help herself stand up
Yeah.
onto it.
Yeah, I think so.
Adrian wants some crowd support.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for those two, and we have our last 2 climbers coming out.
Yep.
Awesome showing for these 2, though.
It's tight with the men's round, but Adrian didn't make it to. Oh, sorry. We said 2 more climbers
my
left.
gosh.
We have 4 more
2
climbers
more
left.
rounds of
2 more rounds of
climbers.
climbers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have Max and Maggie out.
Mhm.
So Max and Brendan are the ones who have been flashing those boulders so far.
Yeah.
3 flashes. We'll see. We'll see where it gets to. This is where the separation comes in.
Yeah. We'll see if we get it. I mean, this definitely seems to be the boulder that's been giving the other competitors the most trouble. So.
I think we've had some great women's boulders. You know, lots of different kinds of movement, lots of different kinds of making them go slow, go fast.
Yeah.
That wrestly boulder, that was boulder number 3.
Yeah,
and now
that was
kind
really
of
cool.
giving it a show with some big jumps and campusy type movement at the top to finish. Let's see what Maggie's doing. Tried to cross under to that other volume.
Yeah, we'll see if she ends up going for what some of the others were doing, where she just kind of jumps off, not from both of those, but you know, far enough to be able to make it to that zone hold.
Yep. Max is giving it a good look. I thought he was going to go. That's why I went to him.
Yeah.
Let's go back out. So
Back
we can
out
see
so we can
everybody.
both. Yep.
Maggie's doing that
that
reach
cross
through
under.
again.
Doesn't seem like it's working out
Trying to
quite
figure
as
out
well.
the right beta.
Yeah.
When, again, this makes me think a little bit about boulder number 2, where you're trying to think, do you go slow, do you go fast?
Right.
Here,
Right.
here it seems like the best beta is to go fast out to that big feature hold.
Ooh. Okay. Max's, I think, first fall.
Yep.
Okay.
And he steps out.
Still making that cross.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Close that time. Yeah.
Seeing that she needs to move a little bit faster to
Right.
get onto that big
Yeah.
hole.
Maybe a little, and further as well. It looked like it. That
Falling
left hand, I
quite
think,
short,
should as close to the other side as you can get it, so that you make room
Max
for your
looks
right.
stumped by this boulder.
Yeah. Now, and Adrian and Josh took a few goes to get to the start of this too. So I mean, this might just be one that they have to figure out over a few goes, try a couple different positions. Oh, and
Nice. Maggie's made it to
nice.
the big mantle. Gets on top of the
Goes for that
no
sit.
hands position.
Yes, excellent.
Gets
Not quite at the hold just yet.
Looks like she's reaching far.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gonna cut to Max,
Ooh,
who's
is making
gotten
some
onto
progress.
the ball pretty
Yeah.
quick. Now trying to figure out what kind of position.
Oh, and
with the
toes
feet.
into it. We haven't seen that yet.
Pressing out with that record. Oh, gets to zone pretty quick.
Nice. Okay.
Now he looks like he's got to get his right hand onto the zone hole so he can go out left to
Right.
the other volume on top.
Ooh, yeah.
Tries to bump out to it.
Yeah. Elects to keep the lower hand on that volume instead, and which, I don't know, it looked like it was going to be tough, like a big span.
Maggie's on it again. Let's see if she tries to come up with something faster here. No,
Yeah.
still going with that slow beta.
Which did
She
end
made
up
it
working
work.
for
She made
her.
it work. There,
That
jumping
actually
out.
looks
There
really
it
good.
is.
Yeah.
Up to it, and then she's just
And
got
made this press look good last time too, but it looked like it was still not over. Didn't end up controlling this next hold just yet.
Let's take a closer look at that here. If she can get a little bit further into that mantle hold, she can reach out
Yeah.
exactly. with the
Nice.
right hand.
That was it. That was perfect. Gonna have to commit to coming off maybe for that pocket. Yeah, but is able to do so.
Yes, getting that foot out. Perfect match.
Nice.
Now, trying to figure out.
Yeah, and close to the finish here. Gets the hand on. Nice. That's gonna be huge.
Finish.
Excellent job from Maggie. Yeah.
Nice.
That was great. Kept her composure at the top. We were seeing a couple of the other ones make it to their struggle a little bit. Oh, Max gave it everything he had.
Max
Made it.
got to zone.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
All
Strong
right, let's
climbing.
bring it on for our final competitors, Sam and Brendan.
Now, if Brendan sends this boulder, it's over. And
If
he.
Brendan flashes.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, no,
no,
if
I think if he
he
sends it
sends.
at all in any of the
Yeah.
4 minutes, I mean, maybe he'll flash. That would be sick. But
That'd be sick.
oh, he is getting hyped. He's
Getting pumped.
jumping off screen.
All right,
Now, Brendan all to play for, and Sam, I think, struggled in the first 3, so I think her goal here is just to do what she can on this last boulder, try to make a good showing, and see if we can have some fun on the wall here.
If Brendan and how Max were climbing, it depends on how many attempts it takes to get him to zone.
Yes,
and I think that'll be where the separation.
If Brendan doesn't end up
finishes up
topping,
right here.
right, so it'll come down to attempts to zone.
Brendan's giving a good look.
Looks like he's going to start giving it a try here, figure out the starting position. Yeah, stumping him a little bit too, but he looks like he might be loading up for the dynamic way to do it. Oh, stumbles a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
Sam was on that volume that kind of came off.
Yeah.
That dual text is slippery.
It's cool to see that each of the men have had to like figure out this starting position, but a lot of them have also like made it through. So like kudos to the route setters for creating that position that's like just hard enough to figure out.
Yeah. Sam's doing something similar to what Maggie was with that slow kind of movement through the start.
Yeah. Getting some feet over, trying to set up for this jump. That looks like a pretty good position.
Yeah. Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam.
Matches that last one, which is interesting. But it's on that slippery part.
Aren't giving her trouble. It's
no.
All right, Brendan is tucking in at the start.
Oh, maybe starting with trying to get a foot out. The sides against. Loads up dynamically again, I think. No, presses a foot out. Oh, okay. We're seeing Aiden do that too. Oh, but Sam sticks the dyno. Excellent.
Get up to there. Come on, Sam.
Oh, big press.
Come on, Sam.
Yes. Gets in that seated position. Maybe slightly restful as well. Welcome rest. Nice. Comfortably makes it to there. But we know it's not over.
We know it's not over, yeah. How they get through and which hand they go to that little crimp on the side of volume, that matters.
Yes.
Sets the toe hook.
Okay, loving seeing. Oh, and an interesting way to match that pocket too. We'll see if she commits to it or
which hand she chooses to go out with.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay, cuts from there. Yeah, we were seeing some of this too.
Yeah, goes to it with her left hand.
Come on, Sam.
She's got to figure it out.
Oh.
That's a strong go.
Yeah. That hold doesn't look quite good enough to be able, I mean, and I know we had some of the competitors have some success with that, but that looks like the worst one of those few holds on there.
Brendan knows he's got to get to zone here. Got to get to zone or got to top.
It could happen. Oh, yeah, it's stumping him. But Sam's gearing up for one more go, I think.
15 seconds on the clock.
Should give each climber time to go maybe one more time. Brendan maybe two, depending. Okay, he's able to make it. There's still all to play for.
Come on. Come on.
Is able to float up to that hold on the volume.
Yeah.
Zone's going to be big here. But again, a top will still do it.
Went to it with the right hand, though, which if he can get up. Yes!
Oh, and he sticks it. Oh, so close. Okay, a lot of progress there, but at least the zone. I mean, I know he's hanging his head a little bit, but the zone was big there, and that's it. That's all of our climbers. That's all the climbing.
Stick around and we'll see.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining.
See what the finishing order is.
We're gonna do
just hang tight.
What do you call it? Ceremony podium right here.
All right.
We're going to be setting up a podium in just a little bit here, and then you will get the results. But oh my God, Maria, that was so exciting.
That was a lot. That was great.
It was
what was
a
your
lot.
favorite boulder?
I think women's 3. I thought was
cool.
really cool. The wrestling with those huge yellow holds.
Yep.
So many different ways that they used them.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it wasn't over when you got one hand on the finish. Like you really had to work to establish it. So that one was really exciting for me.
That one was exciting, definitely.
What about you, Maria?
I think men's 2 had some cool movement. That
Yes.
backwards jump
Yes.
was cool. And
Yeah.
all of the men did kind of different things. Like Adrian had some pretty funky gander.
Yeah, he used his right hand out on that furthest right hold there. Yeah, that was cool. No one else did that one or did that.
I think women's 4 also had some.
Oh, yeah.
That finishing sequence is cool.
Yeah.
And that kind of like burly campus-esque, like trying to figure out how you're gonna get, it's fun to see that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like we had good variety.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it's cool when we get to see different ways for them to do the boulders. I mean, I think. Maria, do the setters sometimes take that into account? Like, do they want a couple different ways that if they feel around the same difficulty to be able to do those that way? Or is it more of like you're really trying to hone in on one thing?
It's a good question. I feel like you want when you're setting, you want a clear sequence.
Yeah, okay.
To be there. And I think if we're talking about the RIC scale, right? Like
Oh,
intensity,
sure.
complexity,
Could do a whole,
risk,
whole talk on that.
It's trying to figure out. And you can see some climbers trying to get on men's 4. I love that. Trying to figure out like how you can make it a puzzle, make it something to figure out.
Yes, yeah.
But at the same time, it's balancing that and also like a logical sequence that's there. So that's why I think women's 2 and 3 both had that kind of like, and 4 to some extent, like feeling around on those holds, trying to get into the right position. But there's some flexibility in it because there's so much area to grab.
Yes, yeah. But it's cool to see that, like, despite the efforts of like trying to stick to that one sequence, it's the athleticism being shown by the climbers on trying different things. It's always fun to see how that'll shake out. Maybe it's not as fun as watching as the setters, but for the crowd, it's cool. Like when someone pulls out something very different and is having success with it. That's what's awesome to see.
We are going to show you some of our sponsors.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Doesn't take just Ascend to make this happen. We have a lot of help on this, and these companies have, I think, given some cool stuff for our climbers to win. Not even just in this finals comp, but the cool thing about this climbing competition, it wasn't just for the super strong climbers of the community. We had different divisions.
Winners across a beginner, intermediate, and advanced round.
Yeah.
Our trophies came from Urban Tree, headed by the one and the only Jason Boone, an amazing carpenter based here in Pittsburgh.
Local legend, yeah.
Yeah. And now we have there are other names here. Underground Climbing.
Organic.
Butora.
Chalk Cartel.
Asana.
We got Sterling.
Wild
ropes.
Country.
Midnight Lightning.
Friction Labs.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for providing some cool swag and support, and also thank you all for tuning in. We hope that you had a good time watching the boulders, and we'll see how it all shakes out. We get down to Paul. All right.
We have
Yeah.
Masters.
I think this is 49 and above.
Oh, I did not know we did that.
We did that. I think this
the
might be our
oldies.
first
We're not
one.
ageist here.
No, of course not. I think this is our first time doing it for the Steel Town Throwdown.
Older climbers. All right, cool.
Wow, 2 winners that were married. Wow, okay. Nice.
Jen has been a good friend of ours for a long time. She's also been writing blogs for us recently. She's an excellent writer. Check out all of her stuff on our blog page. Very insightful, very informative. Wisdom oozing from the page. Just a couple minutes here while our judges confer. I believe it was closer than you might imagine. So we're going to get this right. Somebody did win and others did lose. But we're all winners today.
This is the behind the scenes, but tonight not behind the scenes. Tabulation, calculation.
Oh, yeah.
Sends, attempts, zones.
Not from Pittsburgh. You're from out of town. That's amazing.
Wow, a lot of out-of-towners coming in, including a lot of our competitors. It's cool to see the region come in and travel for something like this.
Our competitors came from a combination of Ohio, West Virginia, New Jersey, Virginia, and here in Pittsburgh. So again, I love a local comp. I love the way it's a different vibe from the big national scene. You know? It's a hometown effort. Hometown heroes.
Yeah, and it's cool that the finalists were saying, like, we're like, oh, are these some familiar faces that you've been seeing for other comps? And like, oh yeah, absolutely. So it's
they know each other.
They get to know each other. It's really cool.
DJ Howard Gentle is going to spin some more upbeat tunes. I also want to shout out Urban Tree, our friend Jason Boone. He's a rock climber. For some reason, he's an off-width enthusiast. But he made all of our trophies. He's made them every year. They're always different. They're very unique. You're never going to get the same trophy at a Steeltown Throwdown. I also want to thank all of our volunteers today. This really does take a village to run. Hey Adrian, who are you wearing on your bottoms? Is that like Ralph Lauren? LL Bean? Probably. Cool. I love it. Oh, okay. I am wearing all the sand all the time. I go to Trader Joe's and I'm a walking billboard and I forget that it's half my clothes. It's only kind of intentional. Usually it's by accident and I'm just a big brand person.
We've got some stand-up comedians here.
Yeah, I mean, Paul's got to fill time somehow.
Paul's got to, yeah, and it's better him vamping than us.
Yeah, we'll take it.
What would we talk about? I don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul or MC for the last few Steeltown Throwdowns. If you've been to any of them, he's definitely a familiar face. He's always got a lot to say. That's one of the things we love about him.
Many people here have animal Instagram accounts. I am one of them. You can follow them on the internet.
Wow, now plugging animal Instagram accounts. I like it. I mean, his cats are pretty cute.
What kind of Instagram account would you plug, if not an animal account?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for it. This is a little bit of what we need.
We did absolutely nothing for this competition. He purposefully injured himself just before, so he didn't have to work. And he's pretty happy about it. But he had a lot of words about how they could have done better. A lot of critiques. So we're gonna announce everyone in order here. We're gonna start with the men, and everyone gets a ribbon because why not? It's a competition. Everyone also gets an Urban Tree item. We've got these little smallies, and then we've got these Biggie Megas. The Biggie Megas go to the top finishers. We also have some cold hard cash. Good. All right, so when I call your name, come on up here. I love how they could care less about this.
We had some upsets. We had some upsets
Oh, yeah.
in our finalists here. We'll see.
Here, let's push this back. Too heavy. All right, thanks. In 6th place, give it up for Aiden.
Did a great job. Indoor climbing, not as much his style, but still a great
This was
showing.
his first finals.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
he
That's a
did
good
a
point.
great
And which
job.
we've said that it adds a lot.
Yeah.
Give it up for James.
Yeah. Good job
I
to
can't
him.
stress to you enough how tired these people are. You just look at, you can see it, just terrible. I feel bad. In 4th place, we've got Mr. Adrian in the LLB.
Yeah. Coming out in his PJ pants.
Yep. Adrian is no stranger to finals.
No, not at all.
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh getting to zone on that men's 4 was a big part
Oh,
of
yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah.
That
That made
really
a big
changed it.
difference.
Give it up for Brendan.
And Brendan getting to zone was really important too. That would have flipped a lot of things.
Yeah.
And
It
I was on
did
that
for-
final attempt too.
Right.
Let's bring the house down for Max.
And I think this came down to attempts to the zone,
It
right?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max
The
got there a
men's.
bit earlier, and that's what gives him the top spot. Good job to him, and great job to all of our male competitors.
Come on. The people love you. The people love you.
Look at that crowd.
All right, you're beautiful. Thank you. Now get out of here. Oh, wait, Max. Oh, you get one of these too.
Those are those beautiful trophies made by Jason Moon of
Mm-hmm.
Urban Trees.
Okay, moving on to the women. Coming in 6th, give it up for Sam.
That was a tough upset. That was a tough upset.
Qualified in first for the Red Point comp, but yeah, some of those boulders may not fitting her style, or just gave a lot of energy towards the Red
hard,
Point
yeah.
comp. Yeah,
It's a hard
it's
day.
just hard.
Anyone know semis? All right, we're going to move on. In 5th, give it up for Mirabelle.
Mirabelle so close to finishing that final boulder too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Still-
For Sydney.
very happy.
Again, these are young competitors.
No, I know.
Strong show.
It's so cool.
In 3rd, please give it up very loudly for Francesca. In 2nd, you all know her, you love her hometown hero, Maggie Buck.
Big cheer for Maggie.
Big cheer for Maria.
All right, and in 1st, Victoria.
What a comp for Victoria.
Dark horse. She was a dark
I
horse
know.
coming in.
I know. She
But
must
those
be so
3
psyched.
flashes,
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah.
Great.
I know. That was so cool to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like seeing the flashes first, and then the rest of the competitors like
Yeah.
struggling a little bit with the boulders. It's so exciting.
And for Victoria, she's been climbing for 6 years. This is her first Steel-Town Throwdown.
Wow.
Part of our community. We hope
Alright.
to see you
Check-
tomorrow
yeah.
back for all the climbs. They'll be here for you. Those climbs that were here earlier today, you can forget them. You'll never see them again. But there are about 100 boulders here for you. We'll be open tomorrow. If you want to keep the party going, we'll see you downstairs. Thank you. Have a good night. Get home safe.
All right. That was the Steel-Town Throwdown
Yeah.
here at Ascend Southside.
We hope you guys had a good time watching. I think that's
Yep.
going to do it for me and Maria.
Thanks for hanging out with us, though. We had
Yeah.
a great time. Thanks for letting us do it live.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I think we're good.